we have one more special guest that we want to bring to the show tonight before we let go. And he actually he's a Greensboro guy like Doug. Well, unlike Doug, right now he's a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
And we want to bring to the show. And he also has this distinction of being the only, right now, the only two-time guest.
Really?
Two-time guest in the history of Inside the Valley.
That's big.
It is.
That's big.
That is. My main man, my partner, Mr. Al Barnett.
How you doing, Samad?
How you doing? It's good to see you, man.
Good to be here. Good to be here.
Al, you kind of humbled me, man.
How so?
I turned 47 a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
I know you're a few months older than me.
A few months.
But you look about 10 years younger than me.
52. 52.
No.
52.
So I don't know what's Craig, you guys open the mic here. We're going to have you part of this conversation.
Come on, Craig. Join the party.
So, Al, let's jump into it.
All right.
The last time we saw you, you were about to be inducted into the 2021 A&T Hall of Fame. One of the most celebrated, decorated defensive backs in school history. We didn't get a chance to talk to you since then. How was that weekend for you? What was that like?
It was a great weekend. It was a great weekend. You had an opportunity to kind of think a lot of people helped you along the way.
Yeah.
You know, I thought about my parents, they're still living and couldn't make it because of COVID and that sort of thing. But had a great opportunity for a lot of wonderful teammates. And of course, everyone knows how much of a character he is.
Yes, yeah.
And he hasn't changed much. And so it was a great weekend. It really was. So I was blessed to be a part of it.
Also, we're super proud of you because, you've always been a friend of BlueDevilValley.com. So
Yeah.
like, hey, I know that guy. He's one of us. But this weekend, we got the Aggie Classic.
Yeah.
And you know a little bit something about playing Central.
Yeah.
In your storied career, I think you were undefeated against Central. Is that correct?
I was undefeated, absolutely. As a matter of fact, in preparation for the show, I decided to go back and take a look at the record book.
Yes.
And I didn't realize that my class started the 12 games in a row, the longest winning streak by either side.
That's awesome. And I did some similar research too. And you guys, so you got there with 88.
88.
And you redshirted 88?
I redshirted 88.
So 89, 90, 91, 92.
Yep.
And you guys, you just didn't get some narrow wins.
We thrashed them.
These some beatdowns.
Yeah, we thrashed them.
1999.
Yeah.
A&T 24.
Yeah.
Central 6.
Yeah, okay.
1990.
Yeah.
A&T 21.
Yeah.
Central 6.
Right. But the last 2 years, though.
But
The last 2 years.
But Blue Devils gave up 2 touchdowns. So in 1991, Blue Devils said enough is enough.
Enough is enough.
A&T 49.
Is that zero? That zero? Okay. I think it was 48-0 and then 49-6.
48-0. My penmanship is true.
Okay.
48-0.
Yeah, let's get it right.
In 1992, your senior year.
Yeah.
49-7.
That was sweet. That was sweet.
Yeah. Those are some beatdowns.
Yeah. And the thing is, when you play an arch rival, you don't want to just beat them. You want to make them look bad.
That's my point.
Yeah.
You can attest to that. When we go down to Central this weekend, we don't want to just eat out of there. We want to make a statement. Because we got some tough games behind it.
Yeah.
We got momentum.
Oh, yeah.
What did the legendary coach Bill Hayes tell you guys in preparation for playing Central?
I think the big thing that I remember from Coach Hayes, he had a lot of great stories.
Okay.
And his stories were always filled with passion and heart and how he would give everything to win a game.
Yeah.
And he told about a couple of stories where he came up a little short and how he was just devastated. And the thing is, we wanted to leave the field with no regrets. Make no mistake about it. It's going to be the talk of North Carolina. It's going to be the talk of HBCU in this region.
Right.
And so we had to make a statement. And that's the thing. Make a statement. And so, he talked about putting a kiss of death on the opponents and some other things he did. And, we laughed. But when it came time to strap them pads on, the tape was a little tighter. The wraps were a little tighter. The focus, there wasn't a whole lot of playing around. Everybody was locked in. because we knew it was at stake. I mean, he's bragging rights. This is it. I mean, you win this game, we talk about it all year. So that's how it was.
How do you not? And back then, were you guys playing Central the first game of the season?
I think it was for the first game of the year. It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's even a different element because
Yeah.
you know when I went to school, it was always Aggie Eagle Classic,
Yeah.
Carter Finley. You know,
Yeah.
it was
Okay.
in Charlotte. I mean, it was in Raleigh for
Yeah.
many years.
Yeah.
And you come out with so much emotion because you ready to hit somebody with different colors.
Somebody different. Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
But you gotta stay disciplined. You can't just run around getting the penalties and things like that. You gotta stay focused.
You want to play with controlled aggression.
Yes.
That's it. Controlled aggression. You want to make sure that you can execute the plan, but you also want to match their energy. You know, there's a whole lot of trash talking. That's going to be a part of the game.
Right.
But you want to stay at that line. You don't want to cross that line. You know, you want to be aggressive. You want to be just tenacious. You want to knock their tape off. But at the same time, you want to execute the plan. You want to be able to be smart and think. So if there's an adjustment in the middle of the game based on formation and some tendencies, you can make those adjustments and make a play. That's the thing.
All right, so this weekend we're going to be introducing a few new players on our defense side ball, right?
Okay.
And you heard my comments earlier. I don't know if you hear, but I'm kind of concerned about defense line.
Okay.
And you don't have defense stars. You know, the stars, good guys
up front,
especially the interior.
Yeah.
When you play, give me some names of some of those heavy hitters who kept that 3 technique locked down.
Well, Reggie White was a big one for us. I think he was about 6'6", about 320. I think he was actually recruited by Maryland, had a little injury, and so we were able to steal him.
Right. Does anybody here remember Reggie White?
I
remember him.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we had Knott Thompson, had a brother who was in the league back in the day.
Okay.
I think he was about 6'6", about 350, 360. We had Kevin Little on the outside, just from South Carolina, could run all over the place.
Yeah.
He's probably about 6'4", about 250 defensive end, linebacker. We even had Gilchrist. Most people don't know that name. He was about 6'6", about 380 probably. He was a big boy.
All right, well, any of these guys, true freshmen.
Ooh.
These defensive linemen you're talking about, but any of these guys, true freshmen.
No, we were seasoned.
Well, anybody a redshirt freshman?
Nah.
Okay, so that's kind of concerns me because I don't know if you've seen the depth chart, man.
I haven't seen the depth chart.
You've seen the depth chart, but
Yeah.
we got a bunch of FRs behind these guys' names, man. And I just gives me a little bit of trepidation.
Yeah. Well, you hope that we have senior leadership. That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, so if you have senior leadership,
and we do. We got the guys in front of them. We got
that can go a long way too.
We got a graduate.
Yeah. Okay.
In Carter Cava.
Okay.
And we got a red shirt senior.
Okay.
In front of the other guy.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's good.
So, that's real good. Okay. That's real good. I mean, that'll bring the young guys along. You cannot say enough about leadership.
Right.
I mean, to be able to calm those guys down, to be able to help them to know what to expect, because if you've never been a part of an Aggie Eagle contest, now we had 2 that we played in Greensboro. Then I think we had 2 that we played in Charlotte when I was playing. And so
I played Charlotte.
Yeah.
So was this Memorial Stadium?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. Kind of uptown.
Yeah.
But that's a small little intimate place.
It's small, intimate, very loud.
So that must have been rocking.
It was. Yeah, it was a great environment.
Yeah.
And again, if you have not been a part of that environment, you're gonna need some elder statesmen to kind of say, hey, this is what you expect.
Right.
You know, don't go out and do things that are uncharacteristic. Play within yourself. You know, you want to play together. You don't want to be a lone ranger out there and just kind of do your own thing. Follow the game plan. Follow what we practice all week. So
turnovers a big thing right there, right? Turnovers.
Turnovers, special teams. I think early, you know, the swinging that momentum. The younger the team, the more important it is, I think, to kind of get out to a great start. You know, the older, more experienced, they've been across a lot of different battles, and so they've been able to overcome some adversity. They've seen a whole lot.
Right. Well, you know a little bit about turnovers because, and this is a stat that still to this day boggles my mind. In your senior season.
Junior season.
Your junior season. Like I said.
Yeah.
Your junior season. Let me know here. Yeah. You had, and this, Reggie, this don't even sound right. I'm about to give you a number that don't even sound right. This does not sound realistic. This brother next to me had 11 interceptions
11 interceptions.
in his junior year.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
This gets, I don't know what the question is.
Yeah.
Just tell me about how that happened.
Combination. It's really all about teamwork. It really is. I mean, Coach Leeward Ferguson was the defensive coordinator.
Yes.
He did a lot of exotic schemes where we would disguise coverages that helped.
Right.
Get the big boys up front putting pressure. If they don't have a whole lot of time, they're prone to make a lot of mistakes.
And that's what I mean. You get that and Coach Washington said this last year. The best pass defense is a pass rush.
Oh, absolutely.
So if you get that quarterback from the spot, throw it off his back foot, you might throw that thing into somebody like you, and you ready to get it. Huh?
If he's running for his life, if he's right-handed, he's running to his left. Those things can make that ball fly and float and do a whole lot of crazy things. And here I am on the other side of that thing.
So like when you in that thing, then you like every week just like clockwork. Are you expecting to get one?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, not only am I expecting, I'm planning on what's going to happen when I get it.
Oh, okay. I got
you. We did something Howard. We said, hey, we get an interception, we take it back to the house, pick six.
Yeah.
We're gonna do the next T plunge. It was a commercial back in the day.
So y'all were do that back in the day, like getting ejected and thrown out in flags?
I didn't say all that.
Okay.
I just said that when we got to pick six, this is what we're gonna do.
Right.
And so we celebrated, we did our thing, we got flagged. Coach Hayes was mad as fish grease. He was mad. But you know what? We knew that if we did that, they didn't like it. But as long as we played, everything's gonna be good. And so that's it. So if you cause a penalty, you better make sure you on your A game. You better make sure they don't get anything.
Right.
That's how it was.
And so if you can say anything to those secondary guys who are playing now, those Blue Def 2022 guys, what's some good information you give them about getting interceptions and making plays Saturday?
The big thing is film study. It really is. I mean, tendencies. We were looking at everything. If they're kicking a blade of grass, okay, does that mean they're going to pass to the right or pass to the left? If they're adjusting their gloves, if they're down in the stance, every clue. If they're looking to the left or the right all game, and all of a sudden now they're looking to the right to the left, you pick up on every tendency, everything that they do that can give you a clue. Their stances, if they're leaning one way or the other, down in distance. So coaching, tendencies, and trust your training.
That's it. You know what? And that's one of the things that I think some people might have kind of overlooked when it comes to those 90 Blue Def squads. You just think about athleticism and brute force.
Yeah.
But you guys were cerebral.
Yeah. You had to be.
Because like you say, Lil Ferguson, he had a sophisticated scheme.
He did. He took a lot of things that Miami was running. And there were some other schools. I mean, honestly, we had Bethune-Cookman. They were throwing the ball all over the place.
Right.
So if you didn't know how to cover trips, if you didn't know how to rob the backside, front side, if you didn't know how to roll coverages, if you didn't disguise it, I mean, I look back on it now, we were well ahead of our time. I mean, we led the NCAA in turnovers. We led the whole NCAA, 1AA back in the day.
Man.
So, I mean, again, the scheme, guys up front, and here's the thing that we talk about a lot, is culture as well. Do you love the guys that you're playing with?
Right.
Do you trust those guys? And when you're around guys and you can tell when they're going to do something, man, it's amazing how you can kind of feed off that energy. You can do some things a little differently. I knew if certain blitzes were called and certain coverages, certain formations, I knew I could cheat a little bit. I knew that ball had to come out quick.
You know what? And I think that is one of the things in the off season that probably gives me the most optimism is that Coach Washington addressed that. Yeah. That culture, because we were kind of this. Right? That's not a secret, right? At the end of the day, we're on the real game. We just look all out of sorts, and something had to change. Yeah. And I think, to his credit, Coach Washington looked in the mirror. Okay. He did a Michael Jackson deal. Okay. Yeah, he looked in the man in the mirror. Okay. Yes. Okay. And it just feels different, man. I tell you, you go went to the A&T Fan Fest, and they had a little scrimmage, and the sidelines, they were still, energy and passion. Yeah. It just seems like a little bit more focused. Right. Everybody was just locked in a little bit more. Yeah. And that's important. It really is. It really is. That culture,
doing the little things. I mean, we talk about it all the time, but and here's a little idiosyncrasy I have. I can tell about the quality, the character of a team on how they leave their locker room.
As far as like the condition?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
How much pride do you have?
Right.
You know, are you going to allow somebody else to do it, or is it going to be on you? Are you going to take the initiative? You know, are you going to put your best foot forward? You know, what that locker room, how you leave the bus, how you leave the hotel.
Yeah.
You know, that's a level of professionalism. That's a level of attention to detail, accountability,
Yeah.
all of that. It's important.
Yeah, people think I coach youth ball.
Oh yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I'm telling you, people think that's just post speech.
Yeah.
That defensively adds 2 wins and losses.
Yeah.
Those little things right there, if you add them up at the end of the season, that's like 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
You don't have those things.
Yeah, the attention to detail, especially in the fourth quarter when you're fatigued.
Yeah, right.
You know, that mind doesn't, I mean, what Vince Lombardi says, a coward, fatigue makes a coward of us all. So if you can think during the first quarter as well as the fourth quarter, you got yourself something there. You got yourself something.
Well, man, look here. First of all, thank you so much for coming back out on show.
Always a pleasure.
I think I called you yesterday afternoon about 3 o'clock.
That's okay.
I'm like, Al,
Yeah.
I need you, man.
Hey, look, there's some people when they call, you always answer.
Yeah.
You know, and you always make every accommodation. And again, I love your show. Appreciate what you're doing. I love the courage that you exhibit. You know, hey, you talk about things sometimes people don't want to talk about.
Right.
And the reality is you love this program. And you want to see it move forward, continue to move forward. And you know, we're going to be all right. We are. We got some challenges now. And we can't sweep those on the rug. But here's what we do know. Never, ever doubt an Aggie.
Amen. Thank you so much, man.
Yes,
Hey, this is Hall of Famer, Alonza Barnett II. Al, thank you so much.